and learn at their own pace. Friends, the meeting is being recorded. Please, I encourage you to get your notebooks and a pen and you note down different insights that we are going to look at today. Today, it's going to be we are going to do some business on data analysis, and that means we are going to learn a lot from this training. Allow me share my screen as we proceed. Yes, allow me share my screen. Allow me share my screen. Friends, thank you for joining. My name is Robert Kawalya, and I want to conclude I want to start from our previous discussion. We are looking at different operators that can be used in Oracle or SQL. So I want us to continue from where we left off. And we are concluding operators with an operator known as the like operator. What does it do? Why are we looking at it at this very moment? The like operator is used in SQL to search for a specified pattern in a column. It is commonly used with wildcards to perform flexible string matching. So what are wildcards? There's what we call a percentage and an underscore. So friends, if you are able to understand these things practically, what's a percentage? What does it mean? But it matches 0, 1, or more characters. An underscore matches exactly one character. Okay. So, friends, we are going to look at basically on the like operator. We are going to open our SQL command line for us to be able to understand and appreciate the purpose of the like operator. So, in the organization, you, the data analyst, you can be requested to search for a specific or a specified pattern in a column. Let's say it is employees it's employees records, and maybe someone's interested in getting those whose first name starts with letter L or R. Maybe the person is Robert. We are interested in those whose last name ends with letter N or O. How can you be able to do that? Please note that a percentage means matching 0 or more characters. An underscore, it matches exactly one character. So what are characters? You know, if they ask you, let me highlight this word and I make it a little bit more visible. Okay. Okay, before we look at this word, if they ask you a question, how many characters does your mobile money PIN? How many characters does maybe your Airtel money PIN have? Let's say it is Airtel. Airtel has 4 characters. How many characters make your surname? How many characters make your first name? So if I'm to ask you this question, Airtel has 4 characters, Airtel PIN, and MTN has 5 characters. So the word operator has how many characters? One, one character, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. These are four characters. Characters, if they ask you, uh, how many letters are in the word in the statement like operator? So you count, there are two words, but the whole statement has how many characters? This has 8 and like has 4. That means the whole statement has 12 characters. I think now you can understand what a character is, and if we are to count letters, we all know about that. So we said that a percentage means it matches 0 or more characters. An underscore matches exactly 1 character. So I'm going to open the SQL command line or the SQL command line. I believe we are becoming good data analysts, and I will not go back to the basic information about SQL, because this is what we have been singing every day. So I'm going to just connect. I believe we can all connect to SQL by putting the password and the username. I think I've put a long password. Friends, I told you Oracle is very sensitive. Invite username or password, log on. It has been denied. So let me repeat the process. So we are now connected as HR. We are connected to HR user account. So I want us to look at how to use the like operator. So whenever you want to read data, I'm going to write a simple query. I say select first name, last name from employees, and then I terminate. So let us assume we want to get those people where their first name, this column, it starts with the letter S. If we are interested in that, we're interested in people in which their first name starts with the letter S. So what is the like operator? The like operator is used in SQL to search for a specified pattern in a column. It is commonly used with wildcards to perform flexible string matching. So it is going to search for all first names, for all people with their first name start with the letter S. So I'm going to run the same command, but yet we're able to look at this scenario that whenever we want to limit some records, we go ahead and use the where clause. So friends, if you missed yesterday's session, I encourage you 100% to go out and look for that recording. You can go and you can go and search for that video. It's in the WhatsApp group. Follow it at your time of convenience and understand everything. Otherwise, this session might look like a movie for you if you missed yesterday, but I would love to pardon a bit. We said that whenever we want to put a condition in the SQL command, that's when we go ahead and we use the where clause to limit some records. So how do we use the like operator? We want people whose first name start with the letter S. We shall say select first name, last name from employees where the first name, where first name, like, okay. So after that, let's go back here a bit. The like operator is used in SQL to search for a specified column, so to search for a specified pattern in a column. And note, it is commonly used with word cards. Word cards used with like, and the percentage means matches 0 or more characters, and underscore matches exactly 1 character. So we are going to use word cards for us to be able to get a flexible string matching. Okay, like, so I said select first name, last name from a table known as employees, where to limit records, where first name like, I'm going to use the I'm going to use wildcards. How do we use them? I told you that a percentage means 0, 1, or more characters. Okay, we want those people in which all their first name start with the letter S. Okay, so that means we are interested in the first, what? In the first character, which is S. And it doesn't matter whether the next one is H or A. So that's when we shall go ahead and use the percentage. After that, we run the command. How does it work? It has been able to generate all these people, as you can see. Sander, the name, first name starts with S. So all these people, there are 13 records. Their first name starts with the letter S. So we are going to see different scenarios where first name, like, this is the like operator. We close it into what we call the single quote. The S, the data that we are interested in, and the percentage, it means any character can come. We are interested in the first. So let us see, what if we want the second letter to be U, but not S? The second letter of the first name to be H or U or A. For example, in the name Sarah, the second letter is A. What if we are interested in that? How can we be able to do that? So we can run the same command. We build on it. Select first name, last name from employees, where first name like, okay, into quotes, into single quotes, not double, please note. We are skipping the first position or the first character, and we are interested in the second character or in the second position of the name or the first name. So let's take an example that we are considering the second letter to be U. Okay. So what are we going to use to ignore the first position? We shall use the underscore. Please skip the first position and go to the next position, and it must have a letter U, and we shall close it with a percentage. A percentage means we are not interested in other characters. It could be N, the next one, or E, or anything. After that, you close the command and you run. What does it execute? It has executed individuals in which their first name has a letter U in the second position. Another example to get it right. So If you're not following, this might look like a movie. Select first name. Let us assume we want individuals whose last name ends with letter R. For example, there's Julia Delinga. His or her last name ends with letter R. There is also Sundita. His or her last name ends with R. But you cannot see this with your naked eyes. So we are going to use the like operator where I put it in capital letters, where last name, not first name, we are interested in last name now, where last name, like, into single quotes, we want the last letter. So that means we are not interested in the first characters. Let's say the name is Davis. We are not interested in the first characters. That's when we can be able to use the percentage. Percentage means any character that comes, okay, but ending with letter R or S. Okay, after that, we close it into a single quote and we terminate. Let's see the results. It has been able to generate individuals whose last name ends with letter R. Do you need another example? Please, I want to stop here a bit and I get questions. But we are going to move to the next agenda item, and that is looking at single row functions. And single row functions, this is our main discussion for today. Yeah. Let me stop here a bit and I listen to you, my audience. If you have a question, you are free to use your electronic hand to speak. The microphone has been unmuted. You can unmute yourself. Since we are very few on the call, you can just unmute yourself. Or you can type it into the chat room. I'll be able to respond to you. Lomio, do you have a question? Derek, any question? As far as that is concerned, the like operator. Okay, I think this is a session of its own. I can stop my recording.